He's not just Trisha Paytas' husband. He's an artist, an inventor, and a man whose work captures the invisible. From Israel to Los Angeles. From architectural blueprints to liquid photography. This is the untold story of Moses Hacmon. Moses Hacmon was born on October 29, 1977, in Tel Aviv, Israel. Raised in a family that valued creativity and learning, Moses showed an early interest in the arts. He studied drawing, painting, sculpture, and photography at the Avni Institute of Art and Design, a prestigious institution known for cultivating visual talent in Israel. He later enrolled at the Technion, Israel Institute of Technology, where he explored the deeper relationships between form, function, and structure, a natural foundation for what would later become a career that blends art and architecture. In 2002, Moses moved to the United States, eventually graduating with honors from the Southern California Institute of Architecture in 2006, earning a bachelor's degree in architecture. But it wasn't traditional architecture that made him stand out. It was his groundbreaking photographic project, Faces of Water. This project wasn't about water droplets or ocean waves. It was about making the invisible patterns of water movement visible, revealing the very essence of life through a medium that's both technical and poetic. Using a technique he developed himself, which involved a special type of film that captures the shape and flow of water, Moses produced haunting, fluid images that looked more like energy fields than photos. The result was a series of images that blurred the line between science and spirituality, bringing water, one of the most ordinary substances on Earth, into an extraordinary light. Moses described the project as a study of the hidden language of water. And many critics saw his work as a powerful metaphor for the unseen forces that shape our lives. While his professional work earned him attention in the art and science communities, his personal life brought him into the public spotlight, especially when he began dating Trisha Paytas, one of YouTube's most talked about personalities. They met through the H3 podcast in 2020, a show hosted by Ethan Klein, who happens to be married to Moses's sister, Hila Klein. The dynamic was complicated. The show was known for its drama, debates, and unfiltered conversations. But amid all the chaos, a relationship formed. Despite initial skepticism from fans and some family tension, Moses and Trisha's bond grew stronger. They got engaged in December 2020 and were married just 1 year later, in a ceremony that mixed traditional elegance with Trisha's over-the-top flair. Today, the couple has 2 children, Malibu Barbie, born in 2022, and Elvis, born in 2024. And in 2025, they've announced they're expecting a 3rd child, a baby boy. Though Trisha is often in the headlines for controversial content or viral moments, Moses tends to stay grounded, calm, and thoughtful. He's often described by fans as the anchor in Trisha's whirlwind world. In their podcast, Just Trish, Moses sometimes joins in on conversations, offering measured takes on heavy topics, from family relationships to spirituality. Trisha has publicly praised Moses for being the first partner who didn't try to change her or dim her light. She says his acceptance and emotional intelligence helped her grow into a more grounded version of herself. Beyond being a partner and father, Moses continues to work on creative projects, and often shares his philosophy about water, energy, and consciousness. In interviews and social media posts, he believes that water isn't just a physical element. It's a carrier of memory, emotion, and spiritual significance. This deep, almost mystical view of the world sets him apart from the typical image of a celebrity spouse. He isn't chasing fame, he's chasing meaning. Moses Hacmon is a reminder that behind every public figure, there are people with powerful, quiet stories of their own. Stories that involve resilience, creativity, and purpose. In a world obsessed with headlines and hot takes, Moses stands out, not for controversy, but for depth, for vision, and for the rare ability to make the invisible visible.